Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Pause Window Cleaning, and this is week number 8 of life as a window cleaner. Now, this has been a very interesting week. We've had in the forecast rain, and it's just been very kind of odd, and still our clients have been booking because they're either trying to sell a house or they have like a conference at their house or something like that. So they've been, you know, booking us in even though that there's rain here. As you guys know, when you use pure water in your water fed system with the windows and all that, you know, essentially even if it gets rained on, the rain is pure water. So, you know, I always tell my clients that, but here in LA, people kind of more have the mentality, hey, it's gonna rain, which never really does rain. So they just kind of like, oh, we'll just wait until after the storms. And so I kind of got used to that in that sense. So I know a couple of you guys reach out like, oh, even though it's gonna rain, it's not a problem. It's just here, it's just a little different, and it really does. So, you know, I talked to a couple of my clients when it does rain after I do the job, and they say it looks the same. So, you know, obviously maybe like a little spot here and there, but they're just like, oh, it's not a big deal. So but yeah, it's been really great to be able to do a couple of jobs this week, and I just want to say thank you guys again for placing orders through my links, even reaching out to me for like a specific product and all that. And one of you guys in particular reached out, and it's just been really nice, and I just want to say thank you so much. And also too, I want to thank Donnie for all the help with my pressure washing setup. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Obviously too, I send you personal, but I also want to give you credit too on this life as a window cleaner update, because without your help, I don't know where I would be at. But I just want to say thank you again, Donnie, for all the help. But yeah, let's just kind of get straight into it. So this week on Monday, it was kind of funny because it was gonna rain, I believe, like Tuesday or something like that. And we just did this client's house like a few months ago, and they were putting their house on the market, and then with all the fires and everything, they just been blasting water and everything on their house. So they're like, hey, we want to take updated photos and all that. So because I think after the fires they want to take more photos, so they were just kind of like, hey, we really want this job done. And I was kind of like, oh, let me check my schedule. I had something in the morning booked on Monday, and they were like, no, I really need it on Monday. And again, they're like really good clients, and they were not like any way pushy, but they're like, no, we really need it done, right? So I was just like, all right, well, let's do it. So we booked them for Monday afternoon. Worked out perfectly. Yeah, they just did their windows inside and out, so it was kind of nice. My wife did the inside, did the outside, and it was kind of good to see them, because I thought the last time I did their house, that was kind of it, because they're kind of moving far away from here. So I thought that was going to be the last time I saw them, I guess. And then so happened with the fires, they wanted the service done again. So yeah, it was nice to see them again. But anyways, that was kind of that. And then our next job, we were able to then do an individual that had like a conference or something like that this week. And so they were kind of like, I want this windows clean, and I also want to give a thanks to Aaron for the referral for this job. Aaron ended up kind of moving out of the area, so he was like, hey, I know Andy, you know, you can do the windows for this client of mine. So just want to say thank you, Aaron, for the referral. And yeah, it was just really nice to kind of just do the work for her, and yeah, just kind of like, you know, just see like just how I don't know, it's just such a close-knit community of like the window cleaners. You know, a couple of you guys reach out to me talking about like competition and stuff. You know, honestly, I think there's enough windows for everyone. I've been saying that over and over again. And you know, whenever we help each other out, like, hey, I have another job, I give it to someone else, and vice versa, it's nice. But especially this time around, he moved out of the area and was like, hey, Andy. So I just want to say thank you again, Aaron, for the referral. But yeah, it was just very easy, cookie cutter, inside and out. Yeah, we're in and out pretty quickly. And it's kind of funny because that morning, now, because I'm thinking while I'm talking, okay, so I'm kind of like, oh, okay, but I was like, okay, so that morning of this job, of thanks to Aaron, we got someone contacted us. It was like, oh, I want my windows clean and all this other stuff, and they wanted some ashes removed, and so like from the windows and stuff like that, because they were affected by the fires. And so I was like, okay, this is the price. They said yes, and that's why Project to Payment's awesome, because I send them the link, they put the deposit in, and I really think I'm going to start doing deposits going forward, because it just makes things so much easier. Because after the job was done, I just kind of, and this is not a sponsor by any means, but it was cool because after the job was done, I just kind of said confirm, and they automatically paid. So having the deposit in the system already makes things a little bit easier. So anyways, but Again, it's not sponsored, but I really, really enjoy using Project of Payment. Yeah, so then from there, like after this first job with the Aaron referral, I was just kind of like, hey, we're kind of done. If you want, we can come this afternoon. Because I told her I don't know yet because of the rain. I kind of, was rescheduling some people. Some people still wanted to stay, so it was kind of like, oh, okay. And I was like, I can come now. And she's like, all right, let's do it. So I went. Fortunately, her husband was there. We did the whole thing, and yeah, we did her tracks, her windows, her screens, and a very simple cookie cutter, but they had such a nice dog. It was nice to, it was a golden retriever, so it was really cool because you could be working and have like a little companion. My wife was able to have a companion while she was inside doing the windows. But yeah, very easy, simple cookie cutter. And then from there, once the job was done, I just hit payment, and then from there I was able to charge her card, and that was just super easy from that. Then from there, it rained. Like I said, it was kind of raining this week. And then we kind of got to our next job, and that's going to be kind of, I think, the highlight of this week's video is like pressure washing with heat. And I posted a couple of videos about it, shorts and all that. Yeah, it was just awesome to see like the before and after kind of going on the driveway. Just because when you're watching my videos, when I posted or haven't already, go check them out. I actually did the driveway twice. I went over it the first time, and I think even with heat, this is all with heat, I was going over the driveway the first time, and I guess I kind of was just like, this is so cool, kind of I left lines and streaks and stuff because I don't pre-treat or anything like that. That's why I just use the heat and just makes everything easier. But I was kind of going back and forth, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I mean, you guys can correct me, I think I went too fast, even though with the disc cleaner everything's going. But then what I ended up doing was kind of going this way very slow back and forth, and so the lines eventually evaporated. And the second time around, because the first time I went straight and then back and then like that, right? Like kind of like that game, a Snake, if you guys ever play that game. What I ended up doing was doing like an 8 motion, kind of going like that all the way up. And well, I kind of went sideways, right? But I kind of went like that, during the whole driveway, and it worked. There was no more lines or anything like that. There were oil stains, but because of the heat, it was able to remove it. So the customer was like super happy about that. But yeah, it was really cool to be able to use a surface cleaner and all that. And yeah, I mean, it's I'm still working on it, and so I'm not like by any means like kind of like a couple of guys like Donnie or like you other guys that have pressure washing setups. I'm still new. I'm still getting used to it, just like I was when I did window cleaning the first time. And I try to like, now I'm like confident to be like, yeah, this is how things are done. But man, when I first started, even with the water fit, I was like super nervous. I was like, man, what am I doing? And so I had to do it a couple of times. Finally got the hang of it. But I feel like this is kind of the same thing, that I'm like, I have the right equipment and everything. I'm doing all the techniques right, but maybe I'm going a little too fast, or I'm not doing the motion of the 8s. And so anyways, the customer really liked the results. I mean, there was no lines or anything like that. Of course, I'm not going to do lines and leave the house, right? So when I saw the lines, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do it one more time, have more content. So it actually worked out right. But I went over it one more time, and yeah, it was really simple. And then from there, we did her windows inside and out. And kind of towards the end of the job, we kind of got rained on. So that was kind of like a little trippy. So we're kind of like, oh man, I don't want to rush the job. But after the pressure wash, I was like, man, I have to do all the windows and screens and all that. And she wanted pretty much like the works, and I was just like, oh man. So then like towards the end, it was started to like drizzle, started to like kind of start raining on us, and I was like, oh man. But at the end, everything turned out very well, and she was very happy with the results. And even with the oil, she was like, yeah, I had another company come, and I don't know what they did. I think they did painting, and they left like oil stains on her driveway. And so she was like, at least some pressure washing can remove that, if not all of it. And so with the heat, it ended up taking out all of it. So but yeah, it was just funny how like it was just like in the middle of at the end of the job we're going, and we're starting to rain. I was like, oh man, this but anyways, like I said, she said that even afterwards the windows look good, so that was pretty good. So anyways, and then our last job, very nice individual. We did her inside and out and screens and all of that. Again, the works. And she was affected by the fire. She was in that like fire area, and so yeah, we went there, took care of that. And one thing I really like about our job is that, you know, even though we do window cleaning, we talked about different things. We talked about like Disney, like the park, Disneyland and stuff like that. And I don't know if you guys like Disney or not, or if you guys go to the parks, but man, I really like Disneyland a lot. It's probably one of my favorite parks. And it is expensive, I'll tell you that, but oh wow, there's like a bunch of guys. I know it's very expensive, but when we have the opportunity, you know, I love to go. And it's just, yeah, they have like SoCal deals and stuff like that, even like an annual pass that's pretty cheap, like the SoCal Select or something, but it's like only for SoCal residents. But anyways, enough about that. But yeah, so we were talking about Disney, we're talking about life in general, and yeah, it was just very nice to be able to talk with her. And yeah, that's, I mean, that's kind of that. And then I mean, yeah, that's been kind of that. And then it's just been raining. And then next week pretty much is raining the whole week, so I kind of rescheduled my jobs for like a later date, because, you know, if they're gonna get their windows cleaned and it's raining the whole week, it's just kind of like, unless it rained like from Monday through Thursday and then Friday was open, but next week seems like it's gonna rain like Tuesday to Friday. So I kind of was like, hey, if you want me to reschedule, and that's one thing you guys can do too, like, hey, do you want to reschedule or do you want to stay the same? Because our Monday job, it's like a soft wash and pressure wash and windows. I was like, do you want to just wait until after the rain, you know? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So I ended up just waiting until afterwards. But if you want to do it, I mean, I'll be more than happy to do it. But, you know, I always just try to think of my clients, you know, I feel like that little personal touch really goes a long way. I mean, you guys can do things differently, but yeah, that's kind of this week. Just a crazy week with the rain, getting rained on a little bit. Did some pressure washing jobs, and then now just with window cleaning. And yeah, it just seems like yeah, just everything's just kind of flowing into place, because now it's kind of spring, but now it's raining. So I think after next week, I think we're gonna finally start to get like fully booked again. I mean, we kind of are somewhat, but just yeah, it's just been great. And again, if you guys have any tips about pressure washing, you know, it's not gonna only benefit me if you put them in the comment section down below, but also it can help out other individuals too that, you know, are doing pressure washing. And just, you know, kind of keep it positive. If you guys could, you know, I know a couple of you guys have messaged like, what's the difference between, you know, like this and that. Just, you know, it just, you know, everything works out at the end. But, you know, if you guys have any tips, you know, about pressure washing, maybe how to avoid lines without pre-treatment, because here we don't really need to have any pre-treatment because there's no mold or anything like that, because we live in the desert. But if you guys do pre-treat, do you guys pre-treat before or after? But if you don't pre-treat, how do you do it so you don't have lines? So and any tricks and stuff like that, maybe for soft washing, pressure washing. But yeah, so far so good. That's kind of that. I just wanted to kind of do this for you guys, and I love that I'm doing this on a Sunday, because man, this, like I told you, life or 100K journey, I would do it like Friday night when I'm like mad exhausted, and then I'm like Saturday morning at 9:30. Now I'm recording and like, oh, even we jump forward an hour or two, oof. So but at least I'm able to do this and post it at our regular 3:30. And also too, do you guys like the scheduling that I do? So at least you guys are updated to know if I'm going to post this week or not. Doing my best. But I just want to say thank you guys again for, I mean, Aaron, Donnie, a couple of you guys already that have placed orders through me, and I'm just so grateful. And I just want to say you guys are doing great. A lot of you guys that have reached out, and just so glad that your guys' businesses are doing well. And we're a cool community, right? Really fun, and we're all together in this. And you know, again, it's the time of year now to start window cleaning. So if you guys haven't already, you know, oh, also too, right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, right? But if you haven't already, this is the time right now to kind of start transitioning to, if you want to become full-time or get into window cleaning, right now is the time, because now you have a whole year to do window cleaning. So anyways, that's kind of it for that, and we'll catch you guys next week. All right, bye.